Welcome to this week's PWR. Hey YouTube, welcome to PWR, or what I've been playing, what I've been watching, what I've been reading. I've lost the ability to talk for about 5 minutes and I was struggling to talk to you guys. Anyway, moving on. So, what have I been playing? What have I been watching? What have I been reading? I'm sure you're all dying to find out. First of all, what have you been playing, watching, or reading? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Right, let's just get into it, shall we, Tony? Let's just get into it. Enough for jibber-jabbering. So, cast your minds back. What did I play last Sunday? It was all about this game right here, Street Fighter 6. I got too many games on the go. I might have to knock one off. Or I'm not sure which one. But I'm going to finish this game. I've been challenged by Pazman90. My challenge is to finish World Tour Mode by Christmas Day. I'm just enjoying leveling up my character. I think we're up to... what were we? 70... In the 70s? I want to say 72. I can't... Then something's telling me 77. I think we're level 72 there or thereabouts. I've got over 150 of those energy drinks. I just don't want it to end. So I'm thoroughly enjoying that game. That's been an absolute ton of fun. Okay. So played that last Sunday. And I think we played it a little bit Wednesday night as well. Okay, so yeah, I've been playing a bit of Street Fighter 6, just World Tour Mode. I haven't touched arcade mode or anything like that. Monday we did Mortal Monday, so we obviously played a Mortal Kombat game, but we did story mode last week of Mortal Kombat XL or Mortal Kombat 10. I think we got 4 chapters in. I can't really remember what chapter it was. It's good story, but the last 2 Mortal Kombat story modes have been so good. I have done it before, but I can't remember it so much. A, because it was so long ago, and B, because I was absolutely wasted when I was playing it. So now I don't drink. 4 years sober. Go Tony. Subscribe. Go Tony. Sorry. Yeah, so we did, I think, 4 chapters, something like that. So tune in tomorrow night. If all goes well, if there's not too many fireworks going off in my area, we will continue story mode of Mortal Kombat XL. Mortal Kombat again, so Mortal Kombat 1 or Mortal Kombat 12, whichever you want to call it. I just been playing a little bit of Invasions. I was exploring the roster. I think my main is Melina, because she is absolutely fantastic in it. I'm loving that Halloween skin. I didn't actually pay for it. I had credit already, so I don't know, because I ordered the deluxe edition or whatever. Maybe I had credit, so it didn't actually cost me any extra this time round. But yeah, I played a little bit of that, and yeah, Liu Kang is probably my second favourite. He's very easy to pick up and play, so I'm not the best at the game, but I thoroughly enjoy that. So I played a little bit of that, and do you know, sometimes I make the right decision, sometimes I do the right thing, okay? Diablo 4 has come out, isn't it, in the last couple of months? I think it came out actually around about time Street Fighter 6 came out, didn't it? So June time. And I really like the look of it. And I put a thing on my community post. I was going to wait for it to come down in price a little bit before I pull the trigger. And I thought, I put a thing, has anyone played it? And apparently there's a lot of stink about it. There's apparently a massive, like 90% player drop off rate. So 90% of the core gamers I've stopped playing it for some reason. I think it's more to do with the online or something like that. But the decision I made, I thought, what I'll do, because I paid £5 for this, so Diablo 3. And I thought I'd play this. I have played it years ago, but again, because of my drinking days, I can't really remember it. And bloody hell. Put it this way, I put it in, I think, Thursday. It's still in the PS5. I haven't played any other games, okay? because this is so good. It's the ultimate relaxing game, I suppose. I didn't realise, it took me about an hour of playing it to really, all I have to do is I can hold my finger down on attack. So I just pressing, spamming the X button all the time. And no, you can just hold your finger down. So it's a really relaxing game. And I'm really tired last week. I don't know what's the matter. It's with work, it's half term here in the UK. So where I work's been extra busy, okay? So I think it's taken its toll on me. I'm coming home from work and I'm exhausted. And I'm doing a bit of overtime as well. So, yeah, I haven't really got it in me to like play a hardcore fighting game or anything like that. So for a change of pace, that's perfect. I'm thoroughly enjoyed getting back into that. I don't know how many hours I'm in, but my character, I think we got to like level 22 last night. Very good, addictive. I get why people love these kind of games. You know, any other Diablo fans out there? Let me know in the comments. So that's pretty much what I've been playing. Okay, guys. What have I been watching? Netflix. Nothing of note. I haven't watched any documentaries. I've watched a couple of movies, but nothing really. I haven't watched a movie. I'm like watching a movie and I don't like this. Excuse me, turn it off. Prime. I've got this here as a prop. In case you didn't know, Ghost in the Shell is on Amazon Prime. And wow, it really holds up. It's been a Donkey Kong years since I watched this. And I think it was 1995, I want to say this came out. I want to do a video, but I'm not very good at explaining, getting my point across, right? So Akira was in the 80s. This is in the mid-90s. I think this was the golden age of anime, in my opinion. Like, I like new anime. Like, for example, Tekken Bloodlines, the Castlevania ones that's on Netflix. They're all very samey, but they don't hold up. They don't look as good as Ghost in the Shell and Akira. And I think that was a long, long time ago. I know things move on, but like movies as well, they look different than they used to, don't they? So I'm not really good. I can't explain it. You probably don't understand what I'm trying to say, okay? But I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. It's a good story on it as well. And visually, there's so much going on, you know. But if you're going to watch it, it is on Amazon. But try and watch it on the big screen as well, so you can appreciate how good looking game that is. Good looking movie or anime that is. And we talked about this yesterday. We watched Shin Godzilla. And the funny thing is, this morning, so it's the 5th of November today, isn't it? This morning, I was, when you're on Facebook and you have that time hop thing, is it? Or it shows you your posts from this time last year or all the years. So last year and the year before, both days, I put down that I was couched in bed watching Shin Godzilla. And I gotta be honest, 2 years ago was the first, Rossi, my dog, was still a puppy. And I took a photo of him when he was in bed. In my bed, our bed, let's say. And you could tell, he wasn't shaking, but his face, you could just tell he was like really nervous. And then the picture I took of him last year, he looked a lot better. But last night, he was clutching on my lap again, because quite a few fireworks were going off last night as well. He's come on a long way, I gotta be honest. Thanks for people having people let me know, like through Facebook, people sending me messages, like radio stations and stuff. That's designed, very clever, isn't it? That's designed to distract dogs. But what works in our house is Shin Godzilla, okay? So we watched that, when did we watch that? Friday night. Because, briefly talking about it then, we were up the park, broad daylight. It was Friday afternoon, I think it was about 4:30, so it was still light. And someone was letting fireworks off. And it's like, well, what's the point? Because it's still daylight. You can't appreciate the fireworks in daylight. But there's some idiots around here. Maybe they hadn't read. Maybe the instructions need to say for best use at night time. Maybe they need to add that sentence because people don't know what they're doing, do they? Yeah, so I watched Shin Godzilla, and that's one of those movies. I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching this. I'll be in the old people's home. Not that long, but I'm getting old. And I'll still be enjoying that movie. That's just, every time I watch it, I notice something else, so I pick up on something else. Really good. Excellent movie if you haven't seen that, okay? That's the movies. Sorry, I've been watching. YouTube. In case you didn't know, I absolutely love YouTube. It's always on in the background in my house. I normally watch it on my iPad. So I'm doing the dishes, I got YouTube on. All the time, I got YouTube on. When I go to the toilet, when I go in the shower, YouTube. So I'm always absorbing all this content, okay? And I found another YouTube channel, a really good channel, and I can relate to he's doing like a series, I think. So the channel name is Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, and the video that I stumbled across is Retro Game Collection influenced by YouTubers. Okay, and I thought that's interesting. And the guy just in front of the camera, he's an American YouTuber, and I can relate to him. He's come through alcohol addiction and drug addiction. I didn't have a drug addiction, but I would say I had an alcohol addiction. I was going down a slippery slope. I didn't like where my life was heading, okay? But he talks about overcoming that and gives tips and how he felt and kind of sharing his experiences, okay? But he talks about in this series, or specifically this video, okay? He talks about the addiction of retro game collecting, or are you a hoarder? I thought that was an interesting oh, do you know what? What's the chances of that? I just got a note, because I'm subscribed to this channel. I just now had a notification come up. He's been 10 years sober. So if you ever watched my little video, congratulations on 10 years. I'm 4 years sober, but 10 years. Well done. Well done, you. He talks about the compulsion to buy every game. And he talks about the dangers of some people going into debt, selling stuff around the house to fund their habit or addiction. So it's almost like, and I thought I was this guy at one point, where my first thing I used to think, right, as soon as I open my eyes in the morning, I'm talking five years ago, or over 4 years ago then, right, what am I going to have to drink tonight? So I'd be working, and sometimes I'd think, right, I'm not going to drink. I'm going to just drink on weekends. And I'd think, I won't drink, but then it comes to 4 o'clock in the workday, then I'd start getting the itch, do you know what I mean? Then I'd think, right, I'll call into this shop on the way home and have a bottle of wine and maybe some lagers. Or if I'm on the train to London, something, I'm staying in a hotel because I'm working away, I tell you, I'll have a couple of pints and I'll do. Then on the way home, I'll pass a wine shop and I'll buy a posh bottle of wine. I used to drink it out the bottle as well, okay, guys. But going back to Iowa Retro Gamer Dad's brilliant video, he talks about like how he was inspired by, like, he was trying to get away from his addiction, so he had to like leave all those people behind. And then he got into YouTube, watching YouTube. Then he wanted to make a YouTube channel. And he started watching Metal Jesus Rocks, John Hancock, and looking at their collection, going, wow, look at that. And he was trying to compare himself then to these channels, to their collections. And like one of MJR's videos years ago, he had 7,000 games, okay, in his collection. And he's trying to compete with that. So he wanted to compete with other YouTubers. So he wanted to be the next Metal Jesus Rocks. So he thought the only way to get the subscribers was to have a bigger collection than these guys. But then what maybe he wasn't taking into account was their earnings compared to his earnings, do you know what I mean? I thought it was really interesting, and parts of me could relate to a lot of what he was saying, okay? I was going to do a video, I might try and do a video talking about how I overcame it, but I didn't realise what I'd done until watching this video, where my addiction was buying alcohol, and I very quickly, it was only a small window where I stopped gaming, but when I got into retro gaming, I remember, and even today, right, I'd rather spend my money in CEX, like £10 in CEX, if you consider a lot of games are 50p, so go a long way. You can come out with a stack of games for £10. So rather at early days of quitting alcohol, like a bottle of Malibu was £20, or it was, but I don't know what it is, inflation now, but a litre of Malibu is my number one favourite drink back in the day. That's £20, and I remember I went a full month drinking £20 every single day, drinking a litre of Malibu. What a waste of money. How bad is that for my mental health, my body, everything like that? So if I could spend £20 every day on games, do you know what I mean? So I just moved one addiction, and I was pretty close to having another addiction. But I want to talk a bit more about my experience with it. I will probably do another video where maybe it didn't get out of hand, but maybe it was a slippery slope. I got to a point where I thought, whoa, maybe I'm going to have a problem here, do you know what I mean? But anyway, going back to our Retro Game Dad's video, definitely go check it out, okay? It's very interesting. I don't want to talk about it too much, to give too much away, but it looks like he does a series on discussing his mental health, and he's overcome a lot of things. It looks like he had it a lot worse than I did, and he's really turned his life around. And fair play, 10 years, congratulations to you. What have I been reading? Surprise, still reading Long Live Mortal Kombat Round 1. I had a good read of this yesterday, actually. 220 odd pages into it. I'll probably read a bit more today. Yeah, very good books. I got some notes, because whenever I read a good couple of hundred, about 20-30 pages yesterday, and I'm like, what did I... So I got to make notes, basically, because I want to talk about it. Okay, it's an excellent book. Bought it on Amazon if anyone's curious. So the interesting things I read last week was there was a game, and I never knew this. Did you know this? There's a Mortal Kombat game, right, called Mortal Kombat Nitro, and there's only 2 versions in the world that exist. Mortal Kombat Nitro. So cast your mind back to the early 90s. So of course you had Street Fighter, not the best game. Then you had Street Fighter 2. Then you had Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So you had these other games, like all these variations, and Super Turbo, okay, and then the new challengers, whatever order they came out in, okay. So you had... game would come out, and then they'd add things to the roster. In this version you can play as the bosses. Actually, Mortal Kombat did the same thing, okay. One of the developers was given this little project, and he wanted to make this Nitro game, okay, and it took a little bit too long, so you could play as all the bosses. A lot of some of the issues, the bugs were fixed, kind of thing. It was just an improved version, like Street Fighter 2 was doing, okay. But the reason they didn't publish it, okay, was because Mortal Kombat 2 was within, like, it was only a couple of months away from being released, so they didn't want to take away, they didn't want to go, everyone would have bought Mortal Kombat Nitro, and then they would have announced Mortal Kombat 2. They would have saturated the market, kind of thing. So they did the right thing in the end. But the developer guy's got a copy, and I think it's Ed Boon has got a copy as well. I don't know if it's a finished copy. It's like 75 to 90% complete, okay? I thought that was very interesting. Like, if you think you're a big Mortal Kombat collector, how big a collector, can you imagine how much that game would cost? What else have I got? Oh, yeah, this was interesting. So I always wondered why Kano and Sonya Blade were cut from Mortal Kombat 2. So in the arcade cabinets, there was like... they could go round to the cabinet. There's like a code thing in there that tells the developer, or tells the person reading this code, what were the best, like the most played characters and stuff like that. And the bottom 2 was Kano and Sonya Blade. But, again, this was before the internet. It was just based on their area where the studio was, which I believe was Chicago. So in the Chicago area, the least played characters are actually Kano and Sonya Blade. But, sorry, brain fart. Yeah, but it could have been in other parts of the world, do you know what I mean? Just little Chicago, if you think how small Chicago is compared to the world. Unfortunately, they were cut. Do you know what I mean? They didn't make the cut, rather. I thought it was interesting way, how do they get the feedback? It wasn't on surveys or anything like that. It was on, I don't know how many arcade cards, maybe they did 20, 30, 50, I don't know, maybe they did less than 10. I don't know, these 5 arcades, nobody's playing Sonia and Kano. Yeah, let's cut them for the sequel, didn't you mean? Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Okay, there you go, that is my PWR, where I've been playing, watching, or reading. Please consider subscribing to my fantastic channel. It's amazing, isn't it? This is high quality content. Okay, yeah, hope you have a great week. Sorry, my head's going today. It is going. Okay, I can't say goodbye. I forgot how to say goodbye. So we'll just end the video. Bye. Bye. Welcome to PWR. Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this week's PWR, or what I... I can't talk.